When we are doing the will of our true self, we are inevitably doing the will of the universe. In magic, these are seen as indistinguishable. That every human soul is in fact one human soul. It is the soul of the universe itself. And as long as you are doing the will of the universe, then it is impossible to do anything wrong.
Between everybody and his total environment.
Look alive! Hi. Check, check. Hello, hello. Thank you, the millions of audience members in attention today.
Oh, 1,000,001 of you.
That one actually, it's an infinitesimal number because we are all one. So everyone is watching. Thank you, anyone who sees this later. This will be used as a podcast, but I am very...
If I don't say anything.
If she doesn't say anything to get me canceled. I am very excited to have the person I spend probably the most time with, bar none, and hopefully the most time I'll spend with anybody is going to be with her. The wonderful Mary June of Moon Division.
Greetings. Salutations.
So, I want to make sure folks can hear us. Oh, hey, Donya. Nice to see you. Very cute. That's Jiggy's mom.
Oh, hey.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully you can hear us. We're using a 2-mic setup and a 1-channel kind of insert sort of thing. But we wanted to our schedules are pretty packed. We are going on tour in a week. I think it is. Yeah. We're going to hit the Southwest. We're going to stops in Idaho and Salt Lake City, but mainly going to Taos. We just added another show in Taos. From Taos, we're creepy crawling all the way across the Southwest to
San Diego,
and then Long Beach. And then from Long Beach, we're going to jettison our asses up pretty quickly, within hopefully 2 days, back to Seattle. We didn't have any Seattle or Portland shows or Bay Area shows because we wanted to focus on the Southwest. The tour is not only, to kick us into high gear about our artistry and performance, because that's been, I wouldn't say lacking. It's just not been something that we've had the time to do yet. And we're trying to get back out there and see how it feels. You're going to see me look into her eyes for any kind of, am I right?
Is it time to say something yet? Yeah, okay.
But yeah, I'm excited. We met we really hit it off under artistic pretenses, and it's with the state of the world and everything that happened, the pandemic, us moving a lot and stuff, it just finally feels like, yeah, this is what we were supposed to do. So I think
all in the right time.
Yeah,
I think
everything's on time, as it were. But we decided to put out a split EP. 2 of the tracks are Mary's from her forthcoming record. We're going to talk about that today because it's a fucking brilliant record. I've had a front row seat listening to the entire progress of it, and I'm very excited about it. And then 2 of the tracks are mine, which were, off the cuff, just excitement back into kind of playing and recording that wasn't improvised, like, the liminal streams I had been doing, or the magical, like, improv shit that I've been doing. It was nice to actually somewhat write a song again. Somewhat. I say somewhat because I had Mary sing backup vocals on a couple of those songs, and she goes, "So what are you singing?" I go, "I don't know. I don't know."
real fun trying to rehearse.
They were scratch tracks. I just kind of, it was like a glossolalia type of thing where I just wanted to sing what came to me, see what words maybe I'll figure out then, and just never re-recorded them. And so now those words will forever be set in stone, and I have no rhyme or reason as to what they are or why. So, which is, I would say, exponentially like contradictory to yours, where you really constructed the songs that are on the split and the album very much, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say always thoughtfully, but strategically, let's just say that.
Strategery.
Yeah, strategery. So yeah. Well, thankfully to you and a couple of rehearsals under our belts, I'll learn to let loose a little, I think. And you keep reminding me things don't need to sound like they do on the record when we play live. I think that's helped me loosen up a little bit because, yeah, it's hard to replicate.
Yeah. I also want to toe the line. I don't want to tell you like, nah, fuck it, dude.
Yeah.
Just fuck it. Life's a risk, you know? But at the same time, I know for me and my standpoint was, as an audience member, I'm not going to hear the record or the album. It's like the experience. And I'm not saying get Grateful Dead about it, you know? Or in my case, a little Bob Dylan-y where like every lyric is different all the time. But I do mean like that allowance of like the physical interactivity, the somatic presence, you know, like see what is the mood of the ambiance of the room, like, you know, being that sort of fluid with it, I think is the real exciting part. Yeah. But you're a professional. Like it's hilarious to me that I would in any way tell you how things go because you have quite the pedigree, you know.
But it's been a while since, you know, I guess what I have to compare this to were my time with the DeVels back in Long Beach and then high school. So, and high school was very much, you know, you play the standards, get up there, they clap, you go home. So
that's so funny. We were talking about this earlier, how we were so similar.
Yeah.
In high school, but like so vastly different. Where I was, you know, I had intaked like Sonic Youth and Glenn Branca and was like, I'm gonna just beat the shit out of my electric guitar and make punk rock sounds. And like, look at, I put out an album. And you're very much of that sense of the measured and, you know, there's that kind of like folk Americana about it, of like the craft about it. Yeah.
Yes.
Which I think that's why we balance each other out well. Because I could use a little more of that crap. But I wanted to look up the DeVels real quick. So this is Mary's early band. Yeah, the DeVels, there they are.
What's interesting is I went down a little Facebook rabbit hole on the DeVels page and I realized it was, 2012. So just a little over 10 years ago that the DeVels hit the road on our tour from Long Beach to upstate New York when we delivered Jenny, one of the birds, back home. So almost 10 years it took to get back on the road.
That's crazy. Yeah. Yeah, because you guys went pretty transcontinental. We're doing a little Southwest jaunt or whatever in a small part of time, but you had the full experience.
It was cool.
Yeah. All of my tours have been like the one we're doing, where it's like I'll have a destination and we're like, I'm going to tour the way there and then just end up living at the destination for a while. You know? But I wanted to find, the DeVels have this really awesome, it's Stereo Gum, right? You guys have the... Not Stereo Gum, the other one. You guys did the...
was it Day Trotter?
Day Trotter. That's what it is. Yeah.
Well, you know how we got the Day Trotter gig was Jenny. She made a pie. And she was always buying us with pies. That's how we got probably most of our gigs across.
That's the way to do it.
It's awesome.
Speaking of which, you have that in you too, because
Uh,
you know, people have bought the new EP, and you're like, Mary's working on stenciling, and
making promises I hope I can keep.
she's gonna what, like, punk rock stencil thrift store army surplus stuff and give it to people who have bought the record. So am I an idiot? Is it DeVells with an E at the end?
Yep.
Okay.
Because there was another DeVells
there's
from
the
like
50s.
what? Yeah, the 50s
Yeah.
DeVells without an E at the end. I don't think we knew that. This was before
I
I
hope I
think
can find it.
you Googled to see if other band names existed.
I only wanted to bring it up to like paint the picture of like your trajectory, because that recording you did on the Daytrotter, where I think it was your song, was like the best.
Oh yeah, that was our whole spiel. Was there was 4 of us. We just traded a guitar. We each played one of our songs. The other 3 sang backups. So we each did one song on that session. It might be on YouTube. I don't know.
I'll check it out. Yeah, I should have been prepared with that. But
yeah, that's really our own the only things we have on record besides, you know, just home recordings on YouTube at live shows,
which are all great, by the way. If you wouldn't mind, maybe later we'll gas you up a little bit beforehand, but later, one of my favorite videos of you is you playing that outdoor festival with you got the like baseball shirt on.
Oh,
and the
dear.
loop pedals. Yeah.
Oh, at
Straight to a Man's Heart.
Fingerprints. That was it was a record shop.
That's right.
Yeah.
It looked outdoor. But yeah. We'll write that down.
Okay.
We'll come back to that.
Yeah.
We'll embarrass you.
The mind of a goldfish over here, so I need to take notes. Okay. See already. What was I writing down? Okay, we got it.
Yeah, we gotta do this trajectory thing. You know what I'm saying? Awesome. Hey, Super Spectrum. That's Bobby Hale. Hey, buddy. Big love. Good to see you.
I knew you were not in the 50s as well. Yeah.
When are you coming this way? Let me know. Yes. So Donia is in Massachusetts.
Ooh, that'll be next. East Coast. Maybe not till next fall, because we want to see the change.
I know. Colors. Yeah, we don't want to. We're such wussies. We're such West Coast wussies. We're like, we don't want to get caught in the winter.
I know. Oh.
Hey, Chet. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. But yeah, we are going to the East Coast is our next thing. We've been itching. Yeah. I think both of our families originally are from the East Coast. Well, then again, you go back.
You know? Yeah, aren't we all
a couple
from
generations? Yeah, everybody's from the East Coast. Oh, she's in Delaware. Even better.
Delaware. I'm
Donia,
in
if
Delaware.
You know that Wayne's World skit, we'll have to play it for you.
Oh my god.
Delaware.
I'm in Delaware.
No, that's somebody else is in Delaware, another artist friend.
Excuse me, getting over
and they like it. I mean, that's in the crest. If you're in Delaware, you might as well be in like the apex of like, you know, Rhode Island and all that stuff. So yeah, very cool. But yes, we have put out a split EP. Oh, I introduced you, right? Mary June? Yeah. Well, Mary June has been playing under Moon Division for quite some time, but she has yet until recently, I guess this EP is the first like if you consider it proper, you've put stuff on SoundCloud, but this is the first kind of proper release that, you know, she's put out, even though you've been working under the name Moon Division for a while.
You know, I just needed something to call myself, and
it's a great name. Fucking bloody good name.
It's a bloody good name.
All right, I wanted to share this. So here is, if you go to moonrevel.com, .univer.se. We're just trying something out as a one page. You can see our tour dates. You can listen to the EP. We just added the Mercury House and Taos, which I'm really excited about. We'll talk more about like the tour itself maybe in a little bit, but this, the Moon Revel EP, this is it's out on We the Hollowed, and yeah, we kind of whipped it up.
Yeah.
You know, I guess what's the genesis of this this tour? Because the tour begot the EP.
I know what it was.
Yeah.
I was alone on the road. I was driving up from
That's right.
California back up to Seattle. Just me and the windows down. I don't know what I was listening to at the time, but I think I called you. I was on like a one road highway, and I'm like, Keats, I know what we need to do. We need to get on the road. We're going on tour. He's like, all right.
Yeah.
Been waiting to hear you say that.
Yeah, I was like, say less.
And then it was your idea, I think, to then have it not revolve around music, but include that as you know, some purposes along the way.
Well, you know me as someone who eternally puts way too much on the plate for everything.
Yeah.
So we basically so we heard about the eclipse
Oh, that's right.
in totality. Funny enough, we could have just went to Oregon.
No, but you
But,
know, it's cloudy in Oregon.
Yeah, and also it will mark the 6 years since my big eclipse ritual in Oregon, and that set me on a path. Now it made sense to go to New Mexico, which is going to be part of our future in one way or another. Going to be on the land with Logan and Taos, and it started from there. It was like, cool. No, we need to see the eclipse. It's going to be like the you know, it's basically going to be the coda for the Haunt Manual project I've been working on. And wait, why don't we just play shows? You know, she's been working on this record for a good
few years.
Has it been a few years?
Since I don't think I was intending on a record, but the first songs were written in Denver. So that was like 2019, I'd say.
Yeah, they're
oh yeah, and I hate to say this is a pandemic record, but it surely spurred from some of those times.
Some of my favorite lyrics were, there's one lyric that always jumps out on me, because basically it was when we were shut in, and I was starting to show you how to track and stuff and to record.
Yep.
And I by no means like produced her album that she's working on. She really just kind of hit the hit the ground running. I've only like maybe ghost mixed or played
like,
stuff
what buttons
on.
Do what again?
But I remember the testament to the pandemic was the apartment that we got right before right before we moved, or right after we moved to Denver, and right before the pandemic, we took this tour of this apartment, and this landlord brought us in, and it was a small ass place. Like,
I'd call it a studio.
Yeah, it was practically a studio. There really wasn't much to tour at all, but he like hurried us over to this wall, and on it was this like brick, like naked brick. I don't even think it was a chimney before. It was just like
just like probably once upon a time all the walls were brick, and then they like
and just this
plastered
section
over them, and just one 4-foot section was left.
And because the apartment was so small and there was really nothing to show off, he brought us to it, and he's like, and here's this piece. It's a real conversation starter. And Mary has that in one of her lyrics on the record, and it makes me laugh every time. Because we're playing it live, and when you sing it, and it's such a the song is so beautiful, and I still go, It's a conversation piece.
It's a conversation piece.
This just exposed brick in this tiny ass room.
Wow. I think we had yet to Chet. Invite anybody over just to have a conversation around it.
I mean, that was the thing. It's like, we're on an apartment tour for like
Hey,
a
how about
small ass apartment.
that's
There's
so
nothing to
good.
show. Hey,
Woo.
JJ, thank you so much too. I did want to make sure that at some point during the stream we shout out all the fine people that
Yeah.
had already purchased this EP, and JJ is one of them. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, JJ.
Yeah. Putting
Nothing
some,
but support from that
yeah. But
sphere.
that
Vector.
spherical vector. Yeah. But yeah, so this is the EP. Yeah, we just kind of whipped it out. Like I said, these two, you know, from your record, or like we did, I think the second track is the highlight. It's the Mary's Tango, and it's one that we both had been like worked on for a long time.
Yeah, definitely a collaboration. That
Yeah.
one.
But yeah, I'm proud of it. I'm excited that you have something out.
I don't think it's really hit me yet. I'm just so
Yeah.
nonchalant because I'm still doesn't, you know, I don't know.
Yeah,
but
it still feels like work, right?
yeah, I guess it
Yeah.
does. Yeah.
That's the thing. It's like you just can't rest on the laurels of something completing, because you just feel like, okay, that's great.
Yeah.
What's next?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That's
So
just
we'll
the way
see how
goes.
it feels when the full length
Yeah.
is out. But honestly, I think also ready to not move on, but just like, okay, let's get this out.
Yeah.
Let's hit the road. Let's sing some of these songs and let's kind of move on to the next chapter.
Yeah,
in
let's
some
get
ways.
weird.
Yeah.
You know? I think you put a lot of, stuff on yourself about it being kind of a debut of some sort. You know what I mean?
Oh,
I'm gonna
you
just
know what it
go
is?
grab Zara real quick.
Because he's barking. I think it's the same thing of what debut. What were we talking about? Oh, are you going to get the dog? Yeah, I know. He knows we're in here. He will not let us rest until you want to come in. Hey, buddy. Okay.
Here, I gotta get in somehow.
Let him in.
It's so tiny. Sorry,
Oh,
go ahead.
look at it, I don't know what we were talking about. Goldfish, remember?
Goldfish, yeah.
Goldfish
It
brains.
being your debut, or like it was like, because since the Dovels, you have played solo and done stuff, but it wasn't it's like your first record.
Yeah. So I guess you could naturally feel a little bit of pressure around that to make it, your next Pet Sounds. But remember, Pet Sounds wasn't first.
Right. Yeah.
I gotta remember that.
Yeah. Certainly wasn't last either.
And it wasn't last. Yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah.
But
I think I'm over it now. Like the obsessive part, which was why this EP was so fun, and just getting it out. Like, all right, we got a week to do this. Let's see. Like, let's just get it as close as possible. We can always make changes later, but
hey, thanks, Chet.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Appreciate you, man. I mean, and Chet.
Oh,
I don't know
Chet.
if you've seen Chet's art. Incredible shit.
Have
You
I
would
seen
love
Chet's
it.
art?
You probably have. And I'm not saying that to be like snide. Like,
you
without
probably,
me introducing it to you, you probably
all
have.
right, all right. Where would I have seen it?
Good night, Donya. So good to see you.
Oh, good night.
Hope to talk with you soon. Yeah, so good to see you. Good night. But yeah, I think we all have that. I think I've learned to measure it in degrees of projects. But I've noticed my favorite moment is when the obsession kind of crumbles in on itself, and it's just like, I don't fucking care anymore.
Yes.
Like that yeah.
feeling
Feeling where it's like, I don't care. It is what it is. Goodbye.
Yeah.
And like leaving it,
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's where you're at with this record, but there's something really liberating about being so in tune with it and like obsessive with it that you've loved it to death.
Yeah, I know. Oh, that's true. There is some peace there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy.
I mean, some things like you know, it's art. Like, how does a painter know when they're done with their painting? I don't think they're ever done. You just
Yeah.
have to decide when you're gonna stop. That's
Yeah.
all.
My father
Uh,
always said an artist never finishes anything, he just quits.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
sounds about right.
Yeah.
I was always envious of like watching hip hop artists in the studio. Like, who was I watching most recently? Oh, I think like a collab between Anderson Paak and why am I blanking on his name? Super big hip hop artist.
Butthole Jones.
Yeah, Butthole Jones. And they're in there and they just like find the sound and they're like, yeah, that's it. Like,
Yeah.
like
Oh
they're
yeah,
just-
got it.
Yeah, got it. Like, well,
I'm like, what
alright.
do you mean got it?
Yeah, it's
That
like,
was the third
got it.
sound.
We're like, fuck, all
You
right.
didn't even describe it.
Yeah, I
How do you know it's that sound?
know. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, you know, and we both. It's been
Dr.
funny.
Dre. Dr.
Dr.
Dre.
Oh my god.
Sorry, my big guy.
Big
You know, he just won some award
Yeah,
for like
you know.
50 years of hip hop. That guy.
Dr. Dre, no big deal.
Um,
But what was I gonna say? It's that like I've watched you obsess. Like I've left the room. This is rare for me to be the one that's not in the room still in front of the instruments or like the editing or
mhm.
like late into the night. Like I've gone to bed before her sometimes, you know? And that's like, oh, that's what it feels like. Okay. I was like, no, I
Ooh,
get it.
It's a weird
It's a weird
You
feeling,
come
yeah.
out and you look in the mirror and your pupils are this
Yeah.
big. And then I'm like, well, I guess I'm not sleeping tonight.
Yeah. That's when you start seeing cellophane people.
God.
Cellophane people and transdimensional gibbly gobbles.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
But no, yeah, it's been interesting because I think for the first time in a like partnership or a relationship where I like evenly matched with the intensity of creativity.
Yeah.
You know
You
what I
didn't need
mean?
to push that part out of anyone.
Right. Well, it's
Was
like, but also it was that, you know, I think before it was kind of just, you know, fun or it was like more of a hobby type thing to even old bandmates or something.
Oh, you getting to see that
Yeah.
in
I get to
somebody
see
else.
my obsession
Oh,
in somebody, yeah. Or like
yes.
how serious
got
I
you.
take it or whatever.
Mhm.
Even though it probably doesn't sound like it. Doesn't sound like
Yeah.
I'm serious. But yeah, so that's been interesting, and I just love creaking open the door, and you see the glaring light of the computer, and Mary's just. But what if it was in 250 BPM? You know? What if we put an oscillator on it? Like, yeah, we could do all of that. But yeah, that's been fun watching you chase that. How many tracks now are you at with the album?
Fun for you. I think we're at 9.
Yeah, that's a good.
8.5. It was 8.5. Now it's 9.
It's a good movie.
We'll see if it keeps growing or if we just leave it alone.
It's up to you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I say, you know, as you said, the genesis of this was kind of pandemic based. Now I feel like we're like 3 years out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's probably time just to put a bow on it. You know?
Yeah. Let's do it. Yeah.
I think if anything, the 2 tracks on this EP, like, yeah, that perfectly encapsulates kind of the record's like halves.
So we bring him up here. All right.
Hello everyone, this is Zaro. He really needs Mary right
He
now.
really needs to be a part of it. Okay. Got you.
But yeah, we're all going on tour in a family van.
Yep, he's coming.
Yeah, Desert Dog. Yes, no lust of result. Yeah, that's when the best stuff happens. Yeah, thank you. I think that's you know, Chet, I'm sure you know this, obviously. You're a very like measured and successful artist in your own right. I mean, not successful by any like metric of other people's opinions, but like successful in that you found something that you get lost in the passion of like the actual process of. And that's what I mean. It's like I think with age, I've just gotten so much more obsessed with just like I don't know if I ever want to finish anything anymore. I enjoy so much of like just
Yeah.
doing it. And then that realization of like no album is really done. Like, so what if I use something that I wrote at another time for something new? Like the sample culture of self in a way.
You do that
Hmm.
more and better than anyone I've seen do that.
Well, no, I just mean, yeah, there's just like
I mean, using song, like we were rehearsing a song and I'm like, oh, that's the same song that you
mhm,
on that one record? Sounds totally different.
yeah. And I
Yeah.
think that means everything. It's like, you know, it's my fucking song.
Yeah, it's a fucking
I
song.
don't want to sound like
And we
that,
never want Halloween to end. So
and
it's like
yeah,
about the anticipation, okay?
we don't need things to be final in that way, and I don't think things are. Maybe there are some absolutes, but I don't think art is an absolute. Like I don't think there's a finality to it in a way. I think there's an acceptance of like versions.
Yes.
That's why when you listen to like Tom Waits, right? You go, man, his like you speak of artists in movements or like periods. Or like Picasso, the blue period, Tom Waits, the island years, You're like whatever was happening in his life, how he was channeling stuff during that time, that really sings to me. But that doesn't mean that he's moved out of it. He can bring it back.
Right.
David Bowie did that.
Mm.
He famously had a video for one of his like 90s albums where he had Jim Henson make puppets of his old personas, like Halloween Jack, Aladdin
Ooh.
Sane, Ziggy Stardust, and they never released the video because he thought it looked too cheesy or weird. But what I always took from that was like he was very aware of like his own movements of like the characters he was playing,
Or-
even though he didn't know at the time until after, you know what I mean? And
Ah.
then would like source them and make fun of them
Mhm.
and like, sit down to dinner with them in a weird way. It's like,
Were all the puppets present in the video?
yeah,
Is it a big puppet show?
you can find pictures.
That
I'll have
sounds
to look it up. It's going to
crazy.
be some internet sleuthing, but
Mm.
David Bowie, Jim Henson, because they did Labyrinth together, but Jim Henson, unreleased music video. Oh yeah, it's Wild Things.
Okay.
Oh, maybe they put it out recently. That's 2022.
Hmm.
But yeah, the big thing was that he just didn't release it. He was like, it just didn't. It looked too
We're
cheesy.
good.
Yeah, here's you can see pictures of it here. Oh, here we go. Pretty Things Are Going to Hell. That's the music. That's the song. Here it is. It's a whole article about and it's Lost Media Wiki. Check that out. I'll post that in the comments because I like sources. But yeah, I only bring that up because it's that's kind of what I mean about in his later days. Like you could argue that Black Star was very much like a continuation of Thin White Duke at its like end or something. You know what I mean? Like, but he came back to it and then like recycled it, repurposed it, put it through how he saw it now. And of course, like Black Star being the finality of his career and his life, like come on.
Come on.
Don't even.
I know.
Like forget about it. But yeah. But just for those watching, if they're interested, it's the Pretty Things Are Going to Hell video. It's unreleased. It's a music video where Bowie encounters 4 of his past selves, portrayed by life-sized mannequin-like puppets. The Man Who Sold the World, based on the British cover, Ziggy Stardust, the Thin White Duke, and the comedian Delatar or Pierrot, the Ashes to Ashes. puppet,
Wow.
marionette guy. But yeah, I was like,
Sounds a little
sounds like,
familiar.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I think like, and I keep coming back to that with this idea of like the sample culture of self, and with you working on this album, like, and understanding that it's tied to an era, and
Mhm.
sometimes it just doesn't catch up with you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's now like it's okay. There's almost like doesn't even need to be a grieving process of like, oh, I'm done.
It's like, thank God
Yeah.
I'm done.
Or I'm on to the next
Okay.
one. Like, yeah, I guess this is good enough. You can hear it.
Oh, yeah.
But it's interesting. Like, what have you found with this? Because I guess I didn't calculate how long. Granted,
Yeah.
you have tracked, pretty much learned mixing,
Oh, yeah.
learned
Mhm.
tracking, and kind of high quality home recording. You have learned that with this
Mhm.
record, so we have to add time in for that. And the
Oh,
ability to
yeah,
like
that's true. That's true.
goof around and figure out things.
It was a learning curve. Still
Yeah.
so much more to learn. Actually, what I learned is what to do different next time.
Mhm.
And honestly, a lot of it was not very thought out. It was like, you have an idea. I'm gonna, like, if I don't sit down and push record and do this, I'm gonna forget. And I didn't have the perfect mic placements or the volumes at this and that. And so,
Right.
it's some songs are a little more Frankensteined in post than others. But
Well, you know me, like I walk that tightrope of I want you to learn how to do it in the base standard way, but I also want you to be like, fuck it,
yeah,
whatever
exactly.
sounds good. And like, yeah, there's little things. I mean, I've been home recording since I was 13, and I'm still like, yeah, I'm gonna throw a compressor where a compressor shouldn't be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just because I want to see what it sounds like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You should still have that.
Right.
I think that's the whole point of home recording. This isn't a factory.
No. I was
We're not
very
making fucking, Campbell soup cans.
I keep wondering, like, I would hopefully once in my life want to experience what it's like to do this in a studio where somebody else pushes record. Not because I think I'm gonna have a good time. I think I'm gonna be miserable, like on the other side of a glass where I don't have the power to push the button. Cause I don't know. Maybe that's where the true, like, I don't know, like, where it separates, people is your ability to just, let go. And
I don't think it's letting go. I think it's like, I think there's a craftsmanship to it, but I also think it's very much I think it's almost like the opposite of letting go. It's very like, how do I put it? Like cornered and very methodical.
yes,
Yeah.
I mean, I think when I say let go, I mean like let go of some control.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Because, when I want to layer 5 harmonies on top of each other, I can just go, one into the other. And I'm not thinking about that. That's what's the next step. I'm just going, oh, let's see where that takes us. And so I guess it's a relationship and a conversation with, the person on the other side. So
Yeah,
I don't know if I could do it, but I want to try just to see as an experiment, I guess.
No, I think you should. And that's something I'd probably maybe think about doing for myself in the future again. But yeah, no, I think you should. But you have the wherewithal, you have the craftsmanship to do all of the above. And I think that's like, earnestly, I think that's like above board of what marks like somebody that's, really got like a living pedigree for it. It's not like, a sharpened tool, but it's also not just like a wily, no fucks given kind of person. It's that, I can adapt to either. Yeah.
We'll see. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
Is the Wrecking Crew still for hire?
I know, I wish. Yeah.
'Cause okay.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Which it's coming back around to that time to rewatch that documentary. Great one.
Talk
Good
about
one.
monotonous though. I mean, Spectre had, them play the same thing over each other like
Mm.
hundreds and hundreds of times for the Wall of Sound, and not specifically the Wrecking Crew, but just that sort of era of Brian Wilson did it too.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be the exact same natural reverb of the ghost of yourself on top of, it's really cool. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. I like the science of it. I think psychoacoustics still like absolutely intrigue me, and I think they're like super analogous to like theology and like philosophy, like the concept of sound and the concept of microphones and transceivers and conductors and sources. It's all good stuff.
That's fancy.
It's fancy
Some-
stuff. I like it. Yeah, I like it.
I love it.
But yeah, at the same time, like I'm really relishing in the, we have the time, we have the
Mhm.
tools. Let's throw a
Yeah.
$100 microphone into the washing machine,
And a few of this guy barking
and
in the
this
back.
guy
Oh,
in the
he's got
barking.
cameos
Mhm.
across probably every song, whether you can hear it or not.
Is he in Mary's Tango?
He's
Yeah.
in no, he's in a
Belai.
he's in He Said
Oh,
for
right.
sure.
But I thought he was on one in the
He might be. Who knows?
because I when I was mixing
Mm-hmm.
them, I swear I remember a bark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Barking at the upstairs.
So Zaro's even on the record.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what does Chet have to say? I have the TV on in the background, and when you said "of course" a minute ago, the person on the TV said "of course" at the exact same time, and to that I'll say "of course." Of course, of course. That's awesome. Why don't we play a track from Moon Revel
Okay.
by Moon
I
Division
guess.
and Revel Rosz? Have you heard of these people? They're pretty good. They should go on tour in the Southwest or something. Or should I do the Jimmy Stewart? They should wait. They should go on tour in the Southwest or something.
Oh my god. I can't. Oh.
It was a quarter till midnight, the fog was rolling in. They didn't have too much time before the clock struck and the man cried in this town again. She never compromised, no, she never wanted him to go. But then he stepped into her hand, become a misunderstanding. I'm ready for a compromising ending with only one beginning. I'm ready for a compromising ending with only one beginning. Even after all that he'd done, she turned the other cheek. Her fire burned in his eyes, still she could see on the way clear through to the other side. Sinfully decorated, skin touched by the light of the moon. Just as fast as it begun, the glare of the rising sun. I'm ready for a compromising ending with only one beginning. I'm ready for a compromising ending with only one beginning.
Haha. And that was Moon Division, Belie the Wolf. So, tell me, what inspired such a song that revels
Oh my god.
in nihilism. I'm just kidding. It doesn't.
Well-
It's actually, I always thought of it as like because you kind of came. It's a very spur of the moment song. Right?
Oh yeah, I was walking Zaro.
His head's on my arm.
I may or may not have, partaked in a little
Angel dust.
inspiration before the walk.
She got ripped on angel dust and wrote a song.
God. And was just skipping along and yeah.
Smoked some mad
Oh
PCP
my
and
god.
robbed a bank and thought of
Uh,
this song.
Uh
Belie the Wolf. No, it's another callback to kind of an overarching theme source.
oh yes. Oh yeah, the title. I mean, I've been waiting to use that Belie the Wolf in
I
something.
have the title.
And it
Oh.
comes you may find many little Easter eggs if you've ever read the book Steppenwolf by Hermann Hesse. He's one of my favorites for sure.
Can I show them this?
Sure. Yeah.
So this is what the album title name is. And by the way, the EP art, I kind of designed it, but it's from an original photo that I took of her that was manipulated by Eric J. Millar of Outlet Press. And he also designed these. And so her album's going to be called A Manifold World. So there you go. That's just Mary's making
Goes wild.
stencils of the album. But yeah,
Mhm.
Eric J. Millar and his indefinite wisdom
Yeah.
and talent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was naturally the one to go to. It just
Yeah.
kind of fell into place.
That was another thing where
Yeah.
it would be like you would ask something and I'd be like, "Oh, maybe check with Eric." And you're like, "I have." And I was like, "Wait, you guys, oh, that's right. You guys work together now. You guys have your own
Mhm.
artistic relationship with each other."
Yeah.
That's interesting.
He,
Yeah.
well, and I think I don't know. He may be a fellow Steppenwolf fan because
Yeah, he actually is the one that gave me the inspiration to get
to buy it was
Yeah.
a book. It was just the section of Steppenwolf called the Treatise on the Steppenwolf. And it's this artist that I follow now. He's he did basically like a
Eric J. Millar's
yes,
alley,
right. And I think you went on a little bit of a hunt to find the book because there's probably not very many that are out there. But
Me?
yeah,
Yeah. No, I
Mhm.
mean, yeah, it's a super rare book. It was
Mhm.
not like a get it on Amazon. But they're out there and I didn't realize that artist was still
yeah,
kicking because it's from the 70s, I want to
Yeah.
say, right?
he's got
Or is it
about
later?
49 followers on
Yeah.
Instagram.
Damn. Ain't that a bitch?
I know.
All the
He-
good ones.
That's what I'm saying.
God.
So yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy.
But Belie, that's a good name or a good word.
Yeah.
A good word. I thought it was belly. And he's like, I think it's Belie. And I'm like, oh yeah, like you're bellying the wolf inside of you, like
I was like, that sounds cool. Don't get me
but-
wrong, but that's not the word.
But also I think it does kind of mean the same
Yeah.
thing to like
Well, to belie is to
Yeah.
like put forward or like to regress to. Now we got to look it up.
yeah.
Oh yeah, fail to give a true notion or impression. Yeah,
A disguise.
disguise.
Mhm. So
To
you're
belie.
disguising.
Or to beguile and belie.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a great
Yeah.
song. I love it. Today we rehearsed it for the tour, and I'm having to do snaps.
Yep. I'm gonna make
and
them
then
snap.
change to bass drum.
It's fine. We're gonna get
and
the
a shaker
audience to snap. That
and
take that
camber.
job away from you.
So
Wouldn't that be
there
good?
was another song where I was like, everybody,
Just let's no. No one's clapping. Maybe
Come
we'll
on,
have 'em
everybody.
snap. No. We're
No,
creeping. We're
alright.
snapping. We're da, da. No one's- keep
now
keep
with
your
me.
hands in your pockets. No
Yeah.
one's clapping.
Stare at your shoes.
Oh my
Stop
God.
looking at me. But you're playing music. Don't look at me.
I know. God,
It's a
what a
shoegazer
nightmare.
credo.
Yeah.
All right, everybody,
Oh.
calm down.
Yeah, not where that happened. 'Cause they're-
Yeah, I know I can't clap.
yeah,
Mhm.
wee.
Oh, thanks, Chet. No, that's awesome. Yeah, Chet's awesome. He's the best. Also, we need to get Chet's. He does like the enamel pins or like the kind of the die cut. But he's got like a hexagram with Susie from Susie and the Banshee's eyes in it. And I was like,
Yeah, nice.
yo, give me that Susie Star of David.
Ooh.
So yeah, we're gonna have to do that. I did before we forget. Thank you, Chet. I
Oh,
see.
Chet.
Yeah, you
Above
amazing.
and beyond.
Appreciate it. We do want to do something for everyone that has. Oh, that wasn't yours. Oh, that's
the
just
pin?
one that he had.
Oh,
It
okay.
was Mitch Horowitz. And he
Mm.
was showing off pins. So there was obvious Chet designs. I thought maybe Chet was like branching out and doing like kind of other kind
Got
of
it.
punk pins. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense because there was Chet's got the amazing like, like Universal monsters, but like in a psychedelic kind of horror show way. There was those pins which I do need as well. You would love them. They're awesome. But anyway, we wanted to say, yeah, there were two others. The gas mask, which is what his gas mask logo is. Yeah. It's not dope.
Ooh. Yeah, that's good.
Damn, I need that as like a patch just to put on on one of my jumpsuits.
Yeah, that would look right on the arm or something.
Yeah. For when the end times come, people will know who to tug. But yeah, I did want to say, I want to take this time. Hopefully we can cut this, make this a very erudite thing. If not, we'll do it on Instagram. But we do want to, from the bottom of our hearts, like thank those that got the album when it came out and are still doing so, and much appreciated. Chet, Czar, thank you so much. Derek Hunter, who will be singing in Long Beach, good friend. Yeah, we have JJ, who was just here, Muse Memorandum. We have Grimsteak. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, so he's
Yeah.
really sweet. He also just got married, so to Lady Eboshi, which is adorable. They're the best. Trying to think. There was also Eric J. Millar, of course. I should have written these down. Lindsay Pinzer, Sam Shadow.
Some
sister.
folks in
Yeah.
my community.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bernadette.
June Jacobson.
June Jacobson. Yeah, quite a grip of people that really came out of the woodwork to do that. Oh, yeah, we need to make patches. I need to make my planchette logo a patch. I wish, this tour is so last minute. There's so many things we want to do when we do it right that we're gonna have. A lot of that's gonna be a lot of fun, weird merch. But Mary is planning and I am planning. We're going to do something cool for y'all that, purchase the record. Make sure if you're listening now and you bought the record, I don't think it shows. And if you're comfortable with, you can email me at pragmagick@gmail.com. Send me your address and we'll go from there. Yeah, I'm not really sure of the decorum of that. If it's weird to send addresses. So just let me know, email me, or I'll reach out to you and we'll figure out a system to get you some cool stuff. Because I don't think we'll be running into a ton of people. Taos is basically playing 2 shows in Taos, and that's like we have our friends that aren't really kind of in this orbit of things.
We've got pretty much our Long Beach crew.
Yeah, Long Beach, and it's like a lot of family and old people. Old people. I mean,
yeah, actually, there may be quite a few
like of the past, like
people
people from your past.
at our show.
Not old people, but yeah, San Diego, old friends as well, and yeah, so yeah, God, I'm thinking about the tour and I'm like, fuck, I want to go to North Carolina. I want to go to fucking
I know. Well, we're gonna have basically a whole this side
Mhm.
done.
Yeah.
So
But if I forgot your name and you bought a record, I apologize. Obviously, I'm not prepared right now. We are going to do something very soon this
oh,
week.
my mom,
Yeah. Oh, Mona
Miss
Monskis?
Mona.
Monskis bought it?
Yeah.
Miss
She's our
Monskis?
biggest fan.
Yeah, which is that must feel so good to have parents that
They'll be there right in the front.
oh my god, parents are going to see you perform live. That's awesome.
Okay, here we go.
That's really cool.
Yeah, I know. Hey, me parents as soup parents. Okay.
That's true. I hope so. No, my parents saw me as play Peter in Diary of Anne Frank when I was like a freshman. So,
There we go.
out of the thousands and thousands of
Mm.
shows musically that I've played since then, that's a good one.
That's a good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, what else am I forgetting here, dog? What's up?
You know,
Sorry,
how much
did I
more
just-
can we self promote?
Yeah, it's not even about that. I really just
I
wanted to
know,
get
I
you on
know.
camera. And,
Actually, this is good. I need to dust off some
yeah.
nerves and
We were feeling
kinda-
that today. So we're both working all the time.
Mhm.
And yesterday was my first day off in a while, and I got to like really just sit and zone out and like kind of get comfortable with the set and my setup, which is intense, of course. And then we worked on that and Moon Division set today. And yeah, it's just one of those things, like as we said in the beginning, it's like it's not gonna sound like what you've been working on for years or these
Mhm.
tracks. They have to kind of be birthed into something different. They have to be new and kind of combustible and like different energy, because
Yeah.
no one, I mean, someone might record it or whatever and it'll be there in posterity ad infinitum or whatever, but it's like that's not the version that folks are going to go back to, or unless it is, you know what I mean, unless
Right.
it's really
Yeah.
fucking awesome or whatever. So I think, yeah, just focusing on it being like experiential and us getting weird with it. I think we have a really cool setup. I think
It's gonna be cool
yeah.
if we don't overthink it and we keep things simple. I think it's just been an interesting kind of realization when you're going from getting to track all these different layers, and then now it's just me and a guitar, and I
Mhm.
have to play it all in one run and try to fill the space, and I've got you luckily helping to fill some dead air. And yeah, I think I had a few moments today where I'm like, oh, okay, like
Mhm.
this is this is harder than I thought.
where it sounds, obviously it doesn't sound as dynamic, right, to you as you think in your mind. Like that's what happens to me, where it's like I'm doing a lot. Why does it feel
Yeah.
like it's boring or something?
But I think that
Not boring, like
yeah.
just why does it feel like, yeah, it's not as exciting or something? But it's like I'm doing so much. I'm playing drums with my feet. There's fucking electronic,
But what's
you know?
there that's not is like it's our essence
Right.
in person. Like
Exactly.
that's why
Yeah.
I go to see a live show. Is I could care less if they play all the wrong notes and are
Mhm.
fucking drunk off their
You kind of want that.
You do.
Yeah.
I'm just like, yeah, there's the person.
Yeah, I mean, records can go either way. You can have records that are just, hey, I made it in a day, whatever. It's the same with shows, you know? There should be that, like, that middle ground. Hey, I spend a long time on the songs, but now I want to represent them in all of the ways they could have been represented if I hadn't been obsessive about the recording.
Mhm.
Listen to it in its bare bones, like how I hear it, without all of the like big production, because
Yep.
you'll always have that now. You'll always have that song, how it sounds, but you'll never have it like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
I think it's good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll be good.
I think, yeah. No,
We just need to take it out of this studio so we can get another perspective and another sound.
What do you mean? We're
And
gonna
some
live here
open
forever.
air and
Yeah.
desert sunsets.
We're gonna do that.
It's gonna be great.
Hey, Mario. What's up, buddy? Thank you, sir. Good to see you. But yeah, I'm excited. I think the schedule now is that maybe those in the audience can give us some feedback about this, because I've never done it before, and like I've known a lot of people that make it weird when they do it, and that is sort of like a crowdfunding situation. There was some like recent bullshit from 2019 that kind of like came out of nowhere and kind of messed with our finances a bit, which is fine. We're not like crippled or anything, but it definitely took chunks out of our like sales about like the tour and like having some extra money and you know what I mean, like being real secure. And so I was thinking about doing like a spot fund, not like a GoFundMe, but like a spot fund where it's like, send us your address, we'll send you a download for the album, and we'll ship you something that we're going to screen print or whatever. Obviously we'd have to make good on that.
Yeah.
Because like that's the thing, it's like I just hear all the time about these crowdfunding scams and schemes where people just kind of like pocket the money, and it gets dark out there. So what I saw was a spot fund thing, where it was like, you can withdraw from it. It's not like you have to meet a thing, and it's, you can send people stuff basically and have private chats and for getting information out. I don't know. That's
cool.
something that's like off the top of my head. It's just kind of a more of like passing the hat around for
Of course, we're gonna also put the literal hat out.
yeah.
And hopefully sneak in a couple busks here and
Yeah,
there.
we're gonna busk. We're gonna we're gonna do that. But yeah, it's just I've never like crowdfunded, and honestly, maybe it's like it's partly pride, but it's also like I don't feel like we need it so much that when people do that, I feel like they should need it a lot. You know what I mean? Or like badly.
Yeah.
But maybe I have I've seen a ton that where it's like people just put it up and it's like they don't necessarily need it. It's just like extra.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
We got day jobs. This is extra. This is fun.
Well, that's what I mean. Like I just when it comes to like the money stuff,
I know.
always like I just want to be above board. So yeah. So I put this question to you, dear viewers or listeners in the future. What is the kind of above board way to do that? We would give something for a donation, the album or screen printed or whatever, so it's really a transactional affair. But do you know of any sites that are cool about it? Do you know of just kind of, or is it all just kind of shady and it's the dark nature of capitalism?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've
Let's
never
just
used
go
it
back to
before.
the trade system. Is there like a site you're like,
yeah, we'll play your son's bris. We'll play your son's bris
Oh wow.
on the 8th day of his birth.
While we're singing about the devil.
Yeah,
over
while
here.
we're singing about the devil. It's okay that Jews don't
Oh,
think
that's
about
true.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess there's the adversary.
You would know more.
Oh, I've done a bunch of kicks. Okay, great. Chet, yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, well, let's talk more about that. I'm assuming Kickstarters for like different projects, right? Because like, yeah, if we would do a Kickstarter, it would be for the tour or to help out for the tour. It's not like if we don't get the Kickstarter, the tour won't happen, right? So
there's also like Indiegogo.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to.
I don't want to do all that silly juice.
I just I bring it up because I know Chet's in the audience. I know Mario's probably
You're
knows
looking for some
donates.
recommendations.
Just some feedback about it. Just do a Patreon. We do have a Patreon. Thank you for asking. And you too can be a member.
Excuse me.
Mario. and that is patreon.com/pragmagic. And honestly, I am it's
Ooh.
what I give most, like where I post most as far as social media and everything. Sorry, I should give the full website.
Well,
It all goes to Patreon, like everything. Just because I enjoy it as a funnel for all the different projects. So yeah, PRAGMAGIC, as little as $1.
we'll give some behind the scenes on tour because I know we plan to do some filming
Yeah.
along the way.
Well, that's
So,
yeah. So we're going to do a road journal in a sense, more just like goofy ass videos out in the high desert. But yeah, we're gonna do that. Yeah, Patreon's basically, that's where if you want to get like, can't poop Keats and is like really annoyed and he can't get sleep and he's like thinking about the state of affairs of like, Peruvian drug laws or something, then go to Patreon because I have thoughts. No, but I mean, like, you get a lot of stuff, different funnels of different mediums and everything. So yes, there is a Patreon. Unfortunately, not as no, I like Patreon a lot. It's great. I honestly, I have no qualms with Patreon. I know other people do, maybe for political reasons or whatever, but none of that matters to me because I like anarchy. No, I was kidding. But yeah, I was looking at like Spot Fund or whatever, but I don't want to hark too much on this. I just thought, thinking about this tour, and we are taking. No, never mind. I was like, anything I say,
we can
kinda
edit this
sounds like-
out.
yeah,
It's all friends in this chat
yeah,
right now.
yeah. Well, I'll definitely for the podcast just take this out. But let's get back to you.
Oh, great.
Good old you, Judy. Now, how was it? I want you to walk me through right now, because like the next day when we put out the EP, like
Yeah.
you also didn't have the like wherewithal of the EP coming out and you thinking about it and like, oh, I'm gonna have a recorded thing out for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
It just kind of came out.
Yes.
And the next day I texted you and I was like, hey, good first day as a recording artist.
Oh
or whatever.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. How did that feel?
That felt cool as I was chasing after kids and the
Mhm.
like, I don't have time to talk about this right now.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah, it feels good. It feels I think why I'm not totally like starstruck for myself is because it just feels natural. Like that's what I should be doing. It's just putting stuff out.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's
so
like
here we are. Yeah.
so
So good. I'm glad to hear you say this on record. Don't bark at us.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, put stuff out. Just put stuff
Yeah.
out. But of course,
so
there's
it was
always
just like a Band-Aid ripped off and it felt really good. And
Mhm.
now it's yeah, we're gonna just see where it goes. And
Yeah.
um
I think you're inching closer now, would you say?
shush.
Probably not as crazy as me, where like, I'll put out an album of improvised music or whatever from like one session. You know what I mean?
Bye,
oh,
chat.
see you, Chet. Thanks so much, dude. Good to see you. Have a good. Not quite there, where
Yeah.
it's like, but I think maybe this tour might kind of help you usher into those understandings of that. It's like, oh, this song, we're gonna make it a 10-minute song because it
Right.
just feels like it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you think
Yeah.
you're inching close to that, or do you still feel like the kind of tried and true rehearse?
Yeah, I'm a little rigid in that
Mhm.
department still.
Yeah.
But
Well, you found a good partner.
but then I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, there can be an improvisational section if we can go back to the head when we're done and close out.
Okay.
No,
I can
like
agree
in a
with that.
jazz standard sort of way.
Sure,
like,
it's the organized chaos of
Yeah.
like, okay, between, this coda is do whatever you want, but I'm going to count back in and we're going to just wrap back around.
Yeah,
No,
Yeah.
I mean, we do that.
we do.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm jealous of like the kind of losing yourself in that. Like I'm sure there's a time and place, and we don't want to just get into some ecstatic mode on stage and be like, oh shit, what time is but
I mean, that's the thing, right? There's like this weird economy of it, of like, if there are people watching, then
Yeah.
who's to say you've outworn your welcome or something? You know what I
Right.
mean? That's something I just haven't understood yet. It's like, I think I'm always putting myself in other people's, and that's what fucks me up sometimes when it comes to playing live. I'm always going, oh no, they probably figured out the trick now. This song is boring to them now. You know what I
Right.
mean? Or like too long on this, or it's that constant, like, they are not thinking like you're thinking. They have no, sorry for hitting the mic for those listening. They have no concept of this song before you're playing for them right now. Gotta keep it. Like they don't know. So for you to think like almost you're directing their attention is kind of weird.
yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's gonna be weird. I'm gonna
like-
hope my personality
Yeah, it was like,
just a trick.
you should play it like how you want to play it, and then let them judge
Exactly.
that instead
Yeah.
of like trying to cater it. Dude, you're
Here,
making me nuts.
Keep
man.
talking. I'm gonna go get him a treat or something.
By treat, she means shotgun in the backyard. The moon is a distressed mistress at the moment. Would you say she's divided, Oswald? Distressed and divided? Would you say that? Hi. Hey, Oswald. Good to see you. Thanks for joining. We are, as you can see, it has just been a clusterfuck. We had to squeeze this in. The dogs needing us. We're squeezing in. We got a whole fucking realm of junk and shit.
Yeah.
As you can see, Oswald says the moon is a distressed mistress. And I said,
Ooh.
would you say she's divided?
Ooh.
And he's, yes, I would. Say. What?
I get it.
Oh, you get it. Okay.
That's good.
You get it?
That's a good one. Oh,
I don't think I get it. What was I saying before you rudely interrupted
I
me and
don't
cared about our
know.
dog before me?
Trying to talk about me, and I'm just always trying to change the subject.
No,
here.
you're the best. Don't ever change the subject. No one's here for me. You put food on the table.
Oh my god.
But yeah, I think that's what I'm learning about when we're rehearsing, because I'm still, I could be the other way where I want to just completely dismantle a song for the sake of dismantling it, or
Mhm.
I like this part, now I'm gonna just like completely deconstruct it and then blow that part up or do something different. And I think it's because the background is, yes, the audience, no one's listening to my shit. You know what I mean? No one's listening to me. Like, no one's heard this song before. It's gonna be all right.
Mhm.
Does it feel good? Is it exciting?
Ooh.
I don't know if feel good seems murky. It doesn't have to feel good.
Yeah.
Does it entice like a heart fist, Does it entice some sort of like guttural thing? Like, are you chasing or are you running from, man?
Hmm. Is this an open-ended question? Hopefully.
No.
Hey, don't
that was
crush
the
my
question.
my manifold
Oh,
world.
sorry. I just manifolded your world.
Don't manifold my world.
I just manifolded
I'm going to
your world.
attempt to cut that out. I've been practicing with one of those X-Acto knives, and I gotta tell you, I ain't not exacting anything over here. Okay.
How to get
Shit
ahead in
just got
advertising.
weird. Mm-hmm. Why so sad?
He's got droopy skin. Droopy skin.
His brain was getting cut into, I think, wasn't it?
Such beautiful eyes. Such beautiful eyes. All right. Sorry.
All right, answer some questions or like talk to
Horror music season. Dude, Oswald, every season's horror music season. I was just listening to Connor Habib interview Lancom's Ian Lynch. Oh, Lancom's Ian Lynch. Sounds familiar. Connor Habib, yeah. God, I forgot about Connor Habib. I think I used to subscribe to his blog like years and years ago. He was really fun. I remember he way back in the day was on like Rune Soup, but more importantly, he would talk with Emil Amos, who I'm a huge fan of, who's in Holy Sons, was on Duncan Trussell all the time. He's a musician. He's the drummer for Grails.
This is where you lose me.
Yeah, sorry.
It's fine.
But I'm just saying, he brought up Connor Habib. And I was
I
like,
know.
oh, yeah, I remember Connor Habib. I haven't thought about Connor Habib, not intentionally. I mean, I haven't not thought about him. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm trying to not think about him. I just, yeah, I wonder what he's up to. So, yeah, I will check that out. Yeah. So I'm Amos with Ohm live in Chicago. You can't go wrong. Telling you, those early Holy Sons records, his bedroom recording shit, he is a hero to me, Emil Amos. He's a total hero. And his stuff with the Pseudo 6, all Portland shit. Yeah, it was awesome. Emil also talked to Duncan Trussell down to oh yeah, DTF, yeah. Family Hour. A bunch. Yeah, it's because they went to college together. They were like old, good, close friends. But anyways, not to nerd out. That's how I found out about Duncan Trussell, actually, was through Emil. Emil Amos. I used to think it was Emil, but it's Emil. Emil.
Sure, it's not Soma Lime.
That's backwards. It's Emil Amos backwards.
Oh.
It took you a while.
No, I knew that. I wrote
Okay.
it. I wrote it down because
Oh, funny. Soma Mile is a pretty great fictional place where you go get you exchange credits, for muscle relaxers down on Skid Row's Soma Mile.
Oh my god.
Sounds like a Philip K. Dick drive-in, Soma Mile. But yeah, not to sidetrack too much. I will be cutting so much of this out.
Yes, I'm down with that.
So it's more focused on you.
Oh, sure. Yes.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Well, I don't know much else to talk about.
Oswald was asking if
See, you go to the
they
chat
missed the
too.
music, but you could always just go listen to the music.
Oh yeah, let's play another track.
Should we play another track?
Wow, I'm like failing as a
Come
host, aren't
on.
I?
I'm like dead and eyeing you, waiting for the next.
You were telling me I don't want to answer questions.
Well, now I'm warmed up and I'm ready. I wasn't a ball
You
earlier.
can't win.
Now I'm feeling good.
You
Let's do it.
can't
I'm
win.
caffeinated. It's
Oh, now
on.
she's
It's
ready.
on. I'm
All right.
ready.
You can rearrange my stay, but I'm a man who can't ever trust the weather. We can roll like you know my name. This dance is great, but it's just not starting late. We can roll like you know my name. This dance is great, but it's just not starting late. Hopes had the fame was right. No conversations are in line. I'm hard pressed to find a man who can trust the weather. If you want to, a tornado or two. We can ride if you want to come.
Yoko Ono, everyone. Thanks for coming down to the Rock and Roll Circus.
We can march to the drums now. Just let it course through your veins now. There's no room to compensate.
All right. Well, you'll have to buy the album.
You'll
if you
get
want to
no
listen
rest.
to that. Yes, it was Yoko Ono. It was my impression of Yoko Ono. I'll have you know there were no effects making those background vocals.
That was impressive.
Alone in the dark, in the
Mhm.
dark room going,
That makes sense. Is that what that was?
yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Sometimes the song just calls for Yoko's, you know. Honestly.
Mhm.
All right, you
What do we
so
got? What do we got?
we've been talking
Okay.
about covers
Spruce
this
this up.
tour. Because the
Oh, yeah.
shows that we're playing
Mhm.
are going to be very various. Very various. We're playing a DIY space in San Diego. We're playing a fucking gallery house in Taos. We're playing a barren wasteland ranch in Taos. And we're playing a actual venue in Long Beach.
Yeah, right?
I mean, they're all venues, but I mean like a, you know, on the prim
One
and
with
proper.
a floor and one with,
Yeah.
you know, 4 walls.
This is what you get when you book tours with me. I'm like, wait, there's no electricity at all, and there's just a toilet on stage. Perfect. That's exactly what I need
When
for
you
my
said
percussion sounds.
ramshackle, I was
Yeah.
girl, DIY.
But we've been talking, you know, about padding time, maybe adding some covers. And as you know,
That's always fun.
I famously do not play covers.
Want
Famously.
to play something you recognize
Nothing famous about
or
me.
don't recognize.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And especially the covers that I would choose would not be famous, probably. I don't know. There you go. If you drink enough organic matcha, green tea, matcha, green tea, you too can channel the spirit of Mrs. Ono.
Oh my god.
Wouldn't she just be Miss Ono?
Hmm.
Because she's Mrs. Lennon, right? I mean, I don't want to split hairs here. She could be married to Senor Ono. I don't know. But yeah, covers. So
Give us your favorite covers.
okay.
What
Well,
should we-
no. I'm not gonna do this. This is all you. You're
What
gonna
should they?
do
No,
this.
what they? We should get some listener recommendations.
No. Let's not do that.
What do they want to hear?
When Oswald Spain goes in the chat,
Is it-
don't ask for recommendations
sorry.
for covers. We're gonna get anal
Okay, got it.
C asterisk NT
Okay.
John Lenono. See, which is kind of amazing because now I want to create a song as John Lenono. Like, what would John Lenono sound like? It would be like the Sean Lennon and Les Claypool thing, but just Yoko Ono singing
Wow.
about Jack Parsons. Yeah. Anyway, people ask all the time, hey, fellow musician person, what are your influences?
Oh.
And to that I say, red vines, not Twizzlers. The smell of hot asphalt after a summer rain. Brisk shorts inside where no one's watching. And hair on the bathroom wall. But you would say, screw that. I'm not going to answer that.
Yeah.
No, I just answered for you. I was
Thank
gonna-
you.
were
See,
gonna
why do I?
answer it,
No.
yeah.
Why do I?
So my better question is,
Yeah.
check this out.
Thank you. Okay.
Instead of getting on the influences thing, here, just come up on my lap. You're driving me nuts.
Don't have any influences. This-
What would you cover? What would you find would work more with the, the tonality of the music what you're playing now,
yeah.
but also what you could change with your tonality that would work really well.
I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Naturally, I think we fall into some PJ Harvey in there.
Oh, sorry, buddy.
Oh. I think we're working in the same register. I feel connected
To the Peach.
to the Peach.
Mhm.
Mostly mine are like girl power stuff that I'd want to cover.
Like tough chicks.
Yeah, some tough chick stuff.
Like
I
what else?
think.
Other than PJ, who is obviously one of mine too.
Yeah.
But I don't have the girl power edge.
Oh, I would like to cover some country songs.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that would be fun. Kind of make them our own a little bit.
We did. When
Um,
we first started dating, we used to play Willie Nelson together. We were working
Yeah.
on Reasons to Quit.
Oh, Reasons to Quit. That's a good one.
Yeah. Shit, I just remembered that.
Right,
Yeah.
right. We had a whole
Um,
different era.
To Bring You My Love is probably something you're gonna hear on the tour.
Oh,
Aw,
yeah.
I wish you here. I need to turn off the. You're so cute. He puts his head on my arm. I was like, I'm gonna turn off this. So there he goes.
Okay,
I was gonna
great.
try to turn off the thing. But yeah, I mean, is there something that's so symphonically difficult that you think you could pare down and have a good crack at?
I mean, honestly, I don't think I've. Oh yeah, I mean, if I don't attempt, a Beach Boys song, I'm gonna write that down.
I think it must be said that Brian Wilson
Close your eyes.
is a
Be
biggin.
still. Ooh, that'd be a pretty
It's
one.
a good one.
But-
It's my
uh-huh.
favorite one off
Yeah.
Pet Sounds.
Ooh, that's a great one.
But yeah, anything that's like so remotely kind of different that you would attempt in your style, and like this style is so elusive anyway, because you could do any kind of style. But I just mean, perhaps now with this record, the one that you're working on, which when we really sit and try to think about genres, thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
In my nose.
Oh.
When we try to think about genres,
Mm-hmm.
it always kind of comes with this prefix of like dark
Yes, I know, right?
or noir or
Huh.
something. but that might be part and parcel to when it was created. you know.
Yeah.
But oh man, he slobbered right in my nostril. But yeah, is there anything that's like kind of the one that I sent you recently that I think we
Oh,
should cover?
Johnny and Mary. I
Johnny
wrote
and
it
Mary
down.
by Robert Palmer. Mary June, Johnny Keats. The song is kind of ridiculous and is very much an idealist versus a realist.
Yeah.
You know, once was he trying to get the world to tell him he ain't lonely?
Oh.
Is that the lyric?
Johnny's
To
always
confirm.
coming around, trying to find.
Yeah, trying to find certainty.
certainty
He's
Uh,
trying to get the world to confirm that he ain't
that
lonely.
he ain't lonely.
Yeah. And then Mary counts the walls.
Mary
Yeah.
counts the walls.
Oh yeah, the best lyric in that song is something he's like, it's something about Johnny. He's something as how do you say it, like as mutable or like as amiable as a woman, like changes his mind all the
Oh,
time,
yeah.
like a woman. I think
Uh-huh,
is the lyric, which is just like
Yeah.
absolutely hilarious, very of the time. This was 1980. But that lyric makes me giggle so bad because it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, more than a woman.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm covers. I'll need to think about that some more. I think
Yeah.
I've just been so focused on,
I
getting the OGs down.
I worked on I worked on a couple last night. There's one I want to do, "Clap Hands" by Tom Waits, but with
Oh,
more
clap
percussion
hands.
bass, or "A Forest" by The Cure. I kind of figured out a weird way. What's another one? "Smokestack Lightning," a different kind of way to do it. It's like that would be fun, but I'm already doing that kind of stompy, kind of blues stuff, bluesy stuff, not intentionally. It's just when you put a bass drum and a hi-hat on a guitarist's
Yeah.
feet, it ends up being stompy.
Uh,
Yeah, I was trying to think of like a real left field one.
yeah. Well, I've been make fun of me if you want, but
Let's
I'm
do
an
it.
old school Paramore fan. And I've listened to their new album on repeat since it came out last year. And
Mary,
I
you
know.
know this is going out to the world.
I'm
right?
sorry, it's fine.
I'm just
Paramore
joking, I'm
fans
just
unite.
kidding.
But
I hear good things.
come on, if as a female vocalist, quote unquote, if you can't respect
Really?
Haley
You're gonna
as
play
being
that card?
probably like she's up there.
Mhm.
She got chops, okay? If you
She
can't
was-
appreciate someone for their
I rem-
vocal talent,
I remember
then get out of
her
here.
when I was young. Like the whole thing about her was like she was the like proto punk DIYer. She
Yeah.
was like booking all the shows. She was, putting out all the flyers. Like
Yeah,
all the
she's got
stories
some
I've heard-
artistry there.
I
so.
just never got into
Yeah.
the music, but I
Yeah,
don't
no,
know what they're
it
up to.
dropped off. It was basically like Mary, 15-year-old Mary, or like 13, 14. And then, all my 20s didn't really listen. And then they came back out
Right.
with This Is Why, and just a totally different sound. And I'm like, all right, I could get back into you guys.
Yeah, this one's
Um,
supposed to be good.
It's good. I
Cool.
gotta have a couple of those little silly influences in there.
For sure. But you were saying that you would do a newer Paramore song?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
It's too
Yeah,
hard.
that
It is
no,
hard to pull off. I
That
don't
is
think
left
I-
field.
Yeah.
That is left field for you. That's not
It-
something
yeah.
I would have like.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. Or like a Billie Eilish song, like cater to my non-teenage fans out there.
Yeah.
Okay, and actually, what was cracking me up. So obviously, like we have a very meek amount of listeners, but my Moon Division paid my is a business account on
Sure.
Instagram, and
Yeah,
it
yeah.
tells you, your demographics, and I think it's like 75% are like 45 and up. Or
Really?
like, or 35 and up. Like, and like 3% are, you know, Generation Z. So I'm like, all right, I got a bunch of old cats listening to my
That's good.
stuff, which
Yeah.
is, you know,
No, you
I
could you
don't want those young, yeah,
you've
those
got
youngins
the
with no
air.
taste.
Oswald knows. He plays these. I've shown you some of Oswald's stuff. He has those like beautiful Irish, like Celtic acoustics.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
There's a timeless quality. I mean, like if you get a 45
Yeah.
or 45, like that's old. You get an older crowd. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Who-
But I don't know. It's like I'm like if you get any crowd, that's probably great.
Oh my God.
Wow, crowds. What are those like?
Yeah. No,
I'm just joking. But yeah.
right?
No, I like that. I think that's super left field for you to do something modern.
Right?
Yeah.
It'd be fun. And maybe a couple people will be like, oh,
No,
I
no,
love that song.
it'd be fun. I mean, it's just when you reach that threshold of putting it on TikTok and then it goes that way. I'm like,
Oh.
okay, I know what you're doing.
Yeah.
I know what you're doing. No. No, there might be an economy of attention or whatever, but like, if it's good, people will look at it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
People
Thank
will
you.
listen. Yeah.
What's your left field cover?
Don Henley.
Don Henley. Hold on.
Dirty Laundry.
Oh yes. Ooh. Okay.
I grew up hating Don Henley. And it's funny because there's this old story. So I didn't know my parents together at all. Like they were divorced, like physically divorced before I was 3, but legitimately divorced when I was 3. But there was all these stories I'd hear. There's all these like this folklore about them when they were together. And one of them was that anytime Boys of Summer came on, because it was like I was born in like late 80s, and that song, when that song would come on, there would be this huge blowout and like this crazy fight between them. And they both, to like men things would just be like, oh, it's just Don Henley, it's that fucking song. And so I grew up as a kid going, well, fuck Don Henley, dude. He's breaking up my fucking family.
Oh my God.
Don Henley's making my fucking parent like, fuck this,
Yeah.
But then, I just was never as much of a country fan as I am, like Flying Burrito Brothers and, Graham Parsons and all that. Like the Eagles were a hard one for me. I also had a stepfather that during the time of when Hell Freezes Over, that tour was just the fucking Eagles all over the time. And
no, I think a few cursed moments have happened when that song's attempted to come on.
Don't do that. Oh yeah. No, so that's another one. I have I have my own superstition about Radio Magic, and it's if Hotel California comes on,
nothing good has
while you're
come from that
shifting the stations and Hotel California comes on, you better fucking
pull over.
Yeah, pull
turn
over
the
and just
song,
run away from the car. Yeah. Nothing good comes from that. It really is like some just tired trope of like this is a hell transmission. But anyways, Dirty Laundry. So that stepdad that was super into the Eagles, he was also a DJ at an Albuquerque nightclub called Beyond Ordinary. And I grew up with like walls and walls of vinyl. Like we were poor as fuck, but he had like closets of vinyl because that's what he did for a living. And I got to pick stuff for the cover.
Oh, fun.
And that's why I got really into when I was a kid, like Joy Division and The Cure, Bauhaus. It's like it was all the covers. Like, ooh, I like the dark stuff when I was little. But yeah, I remember Dirty Laundry came on, and I think it snuck in between like a Tones on Tail song and like a Psychedelic Furs song. And it just, I didn't see it as Don Henley. I kind of had like an objective point of view, and I was like, fuck, this song rules. Dirty Laundry.
Your version of Dirty Laundry. I can't, please, this needs to happen.
Was it Still a Little Bleach Blonde? Yeah.
Yeah.
Bubbly Little Bleach Blonde? Yeah. That's like a left field for me. That song. Or maybe, Crispin Glover, the birthday song or something. I don't know. No, that's too goofy. But yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
something that's popular. That
I got you.
yeah, I'm trying to
Karaoke
think-
song.
Yeah, I can't. I'm trying to think what else would be like a kind of mainstream song that would be fun to do. Even though that one, like Dirty Laundry, I guess is like, I'm sure it was like number 8 on the Billboard charts. But maybe something even more absurd, you know. Like I'm a big fan of Porter Wagner, and him and Dolly, you know, wrote a bunch of songs. That's always kind of been on the horizon, but now you just fucking hear Jolene everywhere, and you hear yeah, you just hear their music all like everywhere in different versions.
fine,
And I
that's
hear a lot
fine.
of young people. I sound like an old man yelling at a cloud. But I hear a lot of different versions of that stuff. And I also hear
Oh, good visual.
I heard you know, somebody like looping and doing sequencing to Hurt by 9 Inch Nails that Johnny Cash made far better.
Ooh,
Even
okay.
Trent Reznor said this is a Johnny Cash song now.
Yeah.
Like, leave that song alone now. No need to cover it anymore. The cover is now Beat the Master kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And just hearing people do it in the most like melodramatic way is just so funny to me. Like to bring it because the original 9 Inch Nails song is like really melodramatic. It's pretty funny. I wear this crown of shit, you know.
Oh no.
Yeah. And no, but you know, it's great. I'm
Uh,
saying it's great, but it's melodramatic
Okay, I
as
got-
it is
okay.
of the time. But like to hear people now, like through the cycle of like it went through Johnny Cash was like super emotional and end of life of a
mm.
you know storied career, and then like back to young kids. I wear this crown.
Oh
You know,
my
it's like God damn it. I don't know.
Woo! No, shut it down.
Cover Loretta Lynn. Yeah, there you go. Ha! Don Henley didn't split up your parents, but it made your dad go mad and get into AI.
Ooh.
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 That one. Oh.
Ah.
It's that Paul Rubens and Buffy. Straight to the heart.
Oh boy.
CW Santer just got a hang drum he could go on
Hand
tour with.
drum.
Hang. It says
and-
hang.
And
But it says
he got a
hang.
hang of the drums.
He got a hang
He
drum.
could-
He got a hang drum. He could go on tour with y'all. I would love to go to the East Coast next. It would be fun to see CW. We could do a full band Blueberry Wolf Bridge. Yeah, play Irish music intentionally to alienate my millennial peers. Oswald, King Among Men. Yeah, come to Portland. Been there. Been there, done that.
you know, just passing through.
Nish might come since Loretta was RH negative.
Oh my god, what does that mean? Fill me in.
RH negative is a super rare blood type. And
Okay.
people have all these theories that it's from like different strands of DNA that's not originally human. We'll just put it that way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Copy.
Mm-hmm. It's where all the red-haired. It's like really big in like Basque France. For some reason, there's a large, you know, conflation of like Rh negative blood, and a lot of them have like red hair. Basically, look like my relatives, and it's one of those anomalies, and they say it's like Atlantean or something, you know. Yeah.
So thinking about the road, I was thinking about the last time I was on the road on a tour with the DeVels. It was about 10 days. So we're doing probably less time in 2 weeks, but we're hanging out a lot longer, spending
Yeah.
time with family and friends. There was kind of like we had a pretty easy go, but I know historically touring could be like, you know, you sleep wherever you can find a spot.
Yeah.
do you remember tour? What were some of like the hard times? Do you think we're gonna hit any of those? You don't go deep.
Okay.
No, don't hit you know, is it
Not that hard.
No, not that hard. But I guess what are you looking forward to? What do you think might be a challenge?
Sorry, the dog just hit the mouse. What am I? The challenge is gonna be the stretches of drive,
The
and
long
just, but
stretches.
also it's mainly that challenge is there's a sort of like static endurance
Mm-hmm.
one needs while driving that is different from the endurance of playing a show. And so when you drive a long way, get out of the van and play a show,
Yeah.
it's two different types of modes. And so you think, oh, I've just been sitting on my ass all day.
It's still
Focusing.
exhausting to
It's-
drive.
It's absolutely
it's mentally
no, it's
draining.
absolutely that's what I'm saying. It's absolutely exhausting. So
Yeah.
it's gonna come down to getting there with at least a couple of hours for like
Yeah.
just a meditative. We need to feel at ease before playing. It can't be
Mhm.
rushed. We don't want to rush things. We don't want to like do it to the last minute, get there, van doors swing open, have to set up the thing.
Funny.
Like it's just not
Yeah.
healthy. You got to plan for like at least hours to just decompress, get like ground legs again and not van legs. You know what I mean?
And we're not doing that many gigs. Can you
No.
imagine? I've looked at some people's
We're doing
tour
heavy shit, though.
schedules. I'm like, how are they doing
Well, we're
this
doing
stuff?
we're doing
Like,
heavy shit. Like the days that we're not playing are like heavy life shit. Like we're seeing family.
Oh,
we're
yeah,
scoping out
mhm.
a probable future.
That's true. That's
We
true.
are, meeting family that needs to be met. Seeing family that
Yeah.
I haven't seen in fucking forever. Seeing old friends, playing with old friends to rehearse
Yeah,
for
yeah.
shows. Like it's
Try not to think about work.
the only real downtime is going to be those van trips. And that's why I'm
Ooh.
like, we just share them, You have your time to just fiddle with guitar in the back or whatever.
Actually, I remember us,
Yeah.
the girls and I, rehearsing while we're driving. We sang the national anthem for a roller derby
Nice.
in Santa Fe.
Oh, that's the best. Yeah.
And so we're like, I guess let's learn the national anthem. So we were an hour up until the gig practicing our harmonies for the national anthem. Actually, you can find the YouTube video.
Really?
This exists of us singing the national anthem. Oh, is it gonna be okay?
Yeah.
Please don't play it, but you can.
Oh, I thought you wanted me to play it.
No.
So you're pointing at.
No. I'm just saying it exists out there.
So DeVelle's national anthem,
The
folks.
Bells sing the national anthem
Go
at
find it.
roller derby.
Is that the title?
At roller
DeVelle
derby,
sing
yes.
national anthem at roller derby. I like it.
Yes. So actually, I am looking forward to maybe seeing what spontaneously combusts as we're just driving. Maybe we'll come up with some stuff.
That's what I was thinking
Like-
too. I did in the set that we're working on. I'm
Yeah.
basically thinking about it like the bones are there for you had
Yeah, I know. Got you.
The bones are there for the prim and proper shows, like say in Long Beach. But like I'm thinking, in parts of Mary, there's a whole napkin over here. But I was thinking that we would I was the way my set was orchestrated was I have a song that we can go 10 minutes on,
Yeah.
or we can go 2,
Yeah.
or even not play it, and it's just like being kind of fluid like that about the set.
Mhm.
I think that's important.
I'm excited for the road.
Are you gonna stand pretty standard with your set, you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that's what I'm
I'm
trying
too
to say.
nervous. I just have to.
But we're gonna be playing there's a couple that are like invite only. and there's a couple
That's
that are
true.
gallery endings where it's like you could just do your set, but that's 30 minutes, but the whole night you may want to play longer. So
Mm,
it'd be good to orchestrate some songs in there
yeah,
that are more like outlines
I
of
got you.
songs, and then
I
just
got a couple of those.
allowance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be good.
Yeah.
See where they go.
And honestly, yeah, think about the first show. Don't think about the last show so
Okay.
much, because that'll change as we play on tour. That's another thing. The first show, if you're thinking about the last show, the first show won't be that good. Think about the first show.
Okay.
Think
Yeah.
about the second
mhm.
show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Go that way.
Totally.
That's something I found. Yeah. And we're just, we're doing a lot of DIY cool pop-up stuff. So, we want to be as loose as we can be and as experimental as we can be, and not just be like, "Fuck, how tired of you or of like just shows in general, because I'm fucking tired of them. I got it. I'm like really bored of like buying the ticket, waiting in line. It's like song, clap, song, clap. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
if I could avoid the clapping in between the
Yeah.
songs, that would be
But
good.
not the clap.
If there was a door in the back, I could just head out.
I would, if you just exited every time a song ends. You just walked off the stage.
and then walk back in.
Yeah, and everyone's like, "What the fuck?" And then
That
come
would
back
be a
on,
great
take a sip of
experiment.
water, and then start. And it
Oh
happens
my
like
God.
8 times after every song. That'd be
Oh
amazing.
no, I was really meaning at the end, because then there's the whole, oh my God, you did, that was so great.
Mhm.
Or the nothing, which I don't know what's worse. You get maybe the nothing.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I don't think the first one's bad,
No,
but you're right. It's uncomfortable.
it's uncomfortable,
Yep.
but it's also fun. Why are we doing this if we're not? you know?
Yeah, I think that's the thing with
Uh,
me is that what I worry about is my capacity for socialization. That's why I've always enjoyed playing shows more than going to shows, because
You have a job.
I have a job.
Yep.
But I also am kind of separate from the crowd. I don't have to be in the crowd.
Yep. Yep.
Not like I'm bigger than the crowd. I just mean like I don't
got
have
you.
to be in the crowd. Yeah, exit plans.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
It'll be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then there's a whole thing of like hanging out after, catching up with everybody. I'm just gonna be autistic. I'm sorry. I'm gonna hang out with the dog in the van.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I'm not worried about any of that stuff so much. I'm not really worried about anything. I think the biggest thing that's on my brain is just our capacity, like our strength of endurance, for some of these things, and like finding time for ourselves, because we're coming from crazy work
Oh, yeah.
weeks, barely any weekends at
Yep.
all, to like 2 weeks of rushing, driving across the country, playing shows. And like I just, my big thing is I'm just very intentful about conserving energy and expectations, and like making sure that we do have a good time. It's not stressful. We are
Mhm.
choosing to do this, it's not like,
Totally.
we can quit at any time. We can Gabby Petito if we want to.
My God. Like now, should we quit? Should we cut this off?
Yeah, let's not go on this van trip.
Yeah,
No, just kidding. No. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not, at the end of the day, what's really funny is like all of those stresses about the expectations of like playing shows or albums or any of that. It's like we did all of this. And that's all we have to kind of sit with.
Yeah.
Like, it's not what it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, we're in charge of all of this. So if it's like a shit or get off the pot thing. It's like, are we doing this to worry about it? Because if so, like, we shouldn't do it. We can end this right now. You know what I mean? We're doing this because we have a compulsion. Like we
Mhm.
have to do this.
Yeah. At this point, we have to.
Yeah.
There's no backing out.
And it's like you might as well just give into it. You know?
Yeah.
Just be like, sorry, I'm got the bug, I'm possessed. I don't got. Yeah. You just gotta give in.
Well, anything else?
Are you all tuckered?
I'm tuckered.
She's tuckered. Oh, and look at he popped out. Well, kiddo, you did great.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I'm excited to play music with you. We are gonna end on the highlight track of the album or of the EP. And I'm definitely going to edit this down. I
Okay. Oh yeah.
apologize.
No, it's totally good. It's totally good.
I apologize. We decided to do a liminal stream. It'll say uncut and undead or whatever. It'll just say undead now because I'm definitely gonna cut this shit up. But what does Oswald say? I haven't been to a show in over 3 years. Do annoying pricks still hold their smartphones up the
Oh
whole time?
yeah, I sure
Yes.
do.
They sure
Mhm.
fucking do. The places that they don't though are fucking DIY spaces. Are fucking galleries.
Yeah, yeah.
It's always the big high paying shows. Like we go see fucking I saw Slint. The entire crowd was holding up phones for Slint. I was like, you're here for a band that hasn't been around for 20 some odd years. What the fuck are you doing? Yeah.
I know.
It's always those shows, but for like the DIY kind of, anarchic folk, it's more of like the I don't know. There's less technology for sure, which is nice.
That is nice.
And you know what? Yeah. It is gonna be fucking nice.
It's gonna be fucking
It's gonna be
nice.
so fucking nice, not fucking having to be at our phones all the fucking time, man. Fuck technology, fuck AI, man. Right?
Yeah.
That's what this tour is about. We're saying, fuck you, AI. You can suck my human being. Sorry. I don't want to get that bad.
Are we gonna keep that part in?
We're definitely not going to. Definitely gonna edit.
Yeah.
I'm at this point. I'm like, I'm just gonna say whatever. I'm already gonna have to comb this thing and edit.
Ay, caramba.
All right, wait. Let's take it
We
back.
are a wreck.
Let's go again.
Okay.
How would
We're
you
back.
end it?
Well, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, Miss Mary June, that was a fascinating conversation. Thank you so much for dropping by the KQMOR studios.
Thank you so much for having me. When do I get my cell phone back?
Well, that's the thing. You are now part of the anarcho resistance. We took your cell phone and your need for any kind of cybernetic security. Anyways. Yes, we will. We're gonna be on the road. That's probably not the greatest day to
Oh,
do
that's
that.
gonna be awesome.
It's gonna be awesome. Yes. Thank you, Oswald. Appreciate you. Yeah, we'll leave on that.
Thanks, Oswald.
That says it all. Thank you, everybody. And if you're listening to me talking right now in the future, it is because you were watching this video and not the podcast. You are not listening to the podcast because a lot of this is going to be edited out. I don't know where the goof juice came from. It just kind of came.
Tired.
We're tired.
We're tired.
It's been fun.
It's been fun.
You're the best.
This
I love you.
coffee's wearing off.
She's the greatest, though. Like, do whatever she says. Listen to her music. She rules. I'm a stupid idiot. Do her stuff. She's worth it. Don't let me ruin it for her. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
love
We
you,
love
Hantan.
you.